Good morning, guys. Today is Tuesday, so that means emptying the ashtray. This week I'm gonna be emptying the ashtray of the Manhattan Madam, Anna Gristina. Reason being that Dr. Phil had her, I think it was last week, maybe as far as the week before. I intended to kind of put this in hot and fresh off the press, but when I did it, I kind of realized that there was a heck of a lot more interesting news stories that I would prefer talking about. And she's kind of, in my opinion, old news now, and I really don't understand why they're sort of making another kind of media frenzy around her. She's really not worth it. I guess that's where I'm going with this. I've been following the story as much as I can. I know a lot of people are interested in her story. I know a lot of people are angered by the fact that she's been attacked in the way that she has been. I think, in all honesty, this happens all the time. Like um, there's these kind of prostitution rings that go from one extreme of being completely shady and almost, I guess, like run by the streets, if you will. It's very kind of crime ridden and just kind of dirty in the sense of the word. But then there's some that are classier. And I think that's sort of the route that Anna Gristina was trying to take. She was trying to sort of take the classier route where there was a lot of insinuations, but you never really knew what these people were going to be doing. And so, you know, at the end of the day, there's obviously something that she did along the way to piss someone off, and it's now coming back to bite her because, in my opinion, normally these types of people just go on living their merry lives, and the cops really don't ever bother them, and they never really get busted to the extent that she's gotten busted. And it also just doesn't really seem like they can really decide what exactly it is that she's in trouble for. It just seems like they're kind of taking her to court in order to like put her laundry out to dry. So that's why I think it's just time to empty the ashtray of her. Just forget it. Just let her live her life. Let her sort of establish herself again and try and move on, because this woman is obviously in great distress now. She's clearly done some things that are wrong, and she's realizing that she's not going to be able to get away with them like she originally thought years ago when this first came out. So, thanks, buddy. Hey, my little guys found my glasses for me. So, it's just one of those things where it's time for us to just move on and get over it and let her live her life. And, there's, I'm sure, a prostitution ring a few blocks from my house. I live fairly close to downtown Ottawa, and there's all kinds of that crap that goes on downtown here in Ottawa. So, it's life. Everyone, needs to make a living, I guess. Like, I personally don't agree with it. I'm not a huge fan of, escorts and that kind of thing. I don't agree with stripping or those types of career choices. I think that there's other ways in order to make money other than selling your body like that. I know that some women think that it's empowering and, they're essentially using what God gave them in order to make a living and stuff like that. But I personally believe that your body is for yourself and, your selected partner to see and touch and enjoy. And when you're letting everybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry, enjoy it, then it's not really something special anymore. It's just kind of, it's like buying ground beef at the grocery store. Anyone can get it. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And I'm not hating. I don't mean to be rude. I just want to make that quite clear, sort of disclaimer here, that, I have known people that, have had to do those types of jobs in order to get themselves through school and stuff like that. And it's you know, it comes down to choices. It's a choice that you make, and if you're able to live with yourself at the end of the day and look in the mirror and not feel completely disgusted with yourself, then all the power to you. But I'm the kind of person that I just can't wrap my head around it and justify it, and I'm pretty good at justifying things usually. So, yeah, I wouldn't do that. And in Anna Gristina's case, you know, if I were her, I wouldn't have been so naive to think that I could get away with it and get away with all those lies and stuff like that, especially when you're telling them to somebody like Dr. Phil. He's gonna pick those lies like a crow picking at a dead skull. You know what I mean? Excuse my analogies this morning, folks, but I'm having a hard time waking up today. So, long story short, let her live her life. Let her move on. You know, we've all done things that we're not proud of in our lives. Not necessarily that we regret them, but we definitely sometimes, I guess, wish that we could forget them. So, you know, hopefully she can move on and, you know, fix things with her family, and, you know, she still has some life left, essentially is where I'm getting at. And she can, you know, at least make the rest of this life that she has worth living. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's unfortunate that this situation has had to happen to her, but she's made her bed and now she has to lie in it, and it's sometimes very tough, you know, coming to terms with that, and especially moving forward. But at this point, I don't think we really need to be bothered by all of this drama, essentially, is what it is. Like, even back when it had first started a couple years ago, even then I was sort of interested in it, but I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, this stuff happens all the time. Like, this isn't really that exciting. So, you know, I think let's leave her be. We've emptied the ashtray of her, and let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. Have a great day, guys. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. It's a little cloudy here in Ottawa, but hopefully that means it won't be too cold, because yesterday was freezing. And for those that were celebrating Family Day yesterday, hopefully you guys had a wonderful day with all of your family. We went to the Museum of Nature here in Ottawa. And for those of you who have never been, you should definitely go. It's a great museum. It's apparently haunted. It has been ever since I was a little kid. So if you can check it out at night, maybe you can hear some of the ghosties. But yeah, always a good place at the Nature Museum. They've always got new exhibits on, as well as their general, I guess, like general exhibits, if you want to call them that. So yeah, good place to check out if you're visiting Ottawa. I definitely suggest it. I actually suggest any of our museums here, maybe except for the Science and Tech Museum, because it's kind of gone down the drain. But I've now digressed here. So have a great day, guys, and I will see you tomorrow for Raving and Ranting and Raving. Have a great Tuesday, guys. Bye.